in terms of the Refugee Act, you're supposed to go to the nearest country. South Africa is not the nearest country to all those countries, even those Ethiopians and Somalians who claim to be running away from their countries. You can't make South Africa a solution to countries having problems. South Africa is a country that has to take care of its own problems.
The Refugee Act does not say that refugees have to go to the nearest country.
Yeah?
Which section of the Refugee Act does it say that? Jecinta, the expert on South African immigration law, doesn't even provide us with the section she is quoting. You won't find it anywhere because it doesn't exist. Jecinta knows she's lying, and she knows her supporters won't even bother to check. First of all, South Africa isn't even the country with the most refugees on the African continent. It's not even in the top 10. The country with the most refugees is Uganda, and Uganda has taken in almost 2 million refugees. Do you want them to accept more? You can't make Uganda a solution to countries having problems. Uganda is a country that has to take care of its own problems. Uganda has a GDP of $53 billion. South Africa's GDP is 8 times bigger than Uganda. So, if Uganda can accommodate almost 2 million refugees with such a tiny economy, what's our excuse? South Africa only has about 250,000 refugees. We can accept.
Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Tseso. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, host is in Jiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. We have addressed Zandile Dabula from Operation Tutula and some of the pure ignorance that these people push, trying to tell African countries that they must not celebrate the fact that South Africa has hosted a successful G20, that it was hosted by South Africa and not by Africa. And some people from the video I made about Uzandile say, yeah, really it is true. South Africa is not in Africa. You guys are embarrassing us. You are embarrassing us. You guys are embarrassing South Africans for thinking that South Africa, that has literally a direction in Africa, the southern tip of Africa, is not in. You guys are embarrassing us. You Dudula guys, you are worse, man. We are worse. But okay, let's leave that one. We are what's her name? This lady from Zuma. Jecinta continuously says refugees must go to the next country or that bothers them. They cannot travel all the way from Ethiopia to South Africa, from Somalia to South Africa and everything. And that statement made sense when we were listening to it. Like, yeah, but she's right, man. You can't must travel from wherever you are traveling from to South Africa. You at least you could run away from the country next door to your country, so that should things come right in your country, you can go back. As a father, if there's something happening wrong in South Africa, I can run to Lesotho and knowing that I can come back to South Africa at any given time, God forbid. But now she's saying all of those things, but not quoting the section of the constitution that she's talking about. She's not quoting it. She's just saying it haphazardly. South Africa cannot take the problems of Africa. South Africans cannot solve African problems. Go back to your country and everything. And I thought to myself, okay, Jecinta is making a point. Okay, South Africa can't obviously solve all problems of Africa. Point taken. Now, a person would think that South Africa has got the most refugees and asylum seekers in our country, in our continent. Like no other country has got more refugees than South Africa. You understand? So only to find out what this young gentleman is saying, that South Africa is not even in the top 10 of the countries that have got the highest number of refugees. And I'm like, how can that be true? The ignorance that we South Africans sometimes have to think, no, but everything big happens in South Africa. South Africa has got the most undocumented foreigners, most refugee seekers, most, we're always thinking like that, but why would you run to another country? Obviously run to South Africa. That's how most South Africans think. But now to understand, when we look at the research in terms of refugee population that was done from for all the African countries, you find out that South Africa indeed is not even in the top 10. That shocked me also. And that made me happy as a Pan-Africanist. Uganda is the number one. Now they are past 2 million actually. In the latest stats, they are past 2 million. But when this research was conducted, it was in 2023. So they were at 1.5 million at that time. Okay, so now when we understand that, I had to call the Paseta ambassador of Uganda to say, what is going on in Uganda? Why do you guys have got so many refugees? But when you understand that they are just close to Sudan and Somalia and all of those countries, you would understand why they are there. But also, their country is classified different because of the number of refugees that they have. You can't attack that country because it is seen as a place that is housing a lot of refugees. So they get also funding. The government also gets funding to deal with those type of things. I wonder if the government of South Africa also gets funding. So this is what I've been told by the ambassador of Uganda. So South Africa is in the 17th spot. As you can see, the Czech Republic is there. Ethiopia is there. It's fun with Ethiopia that Ethiopia is taking some refugees in, but they are also refugees in other countries. That's very funny to understand. Sudan, completely understandable. Kenya, okay, understandable. Congo, understandable. Cameroon, definitely understandable. Niger has got refugees. From where? From which country? That would be interesting to get into the statistics and see from which country. I know Sudanese people will obviously be there. Egypt, you understand, because they are trying to cross to go to Europe. Tanzania, Rwanda, Mauritania, Algeria, Burundi, Zambia, Nigeria, and only South Africa. Nigeria and South Africa number 16 and number 17. That is quite interesting to know, ladies and gentlemen. Mali following there at number 18. I could have went on with the list, but the point is made. Uganda is number one when it comes to refugees. So the Ugandan people are the ones that should be crying more than South Africa to say we can't solve African problems because they've got the highest number of refugees. But I was like, no, but Jecinta can't allow this young man to attack her like this. I'm sure Jecinta is going to, come back with a rebuttal and come back and say, no, this is the section I'm speaking about. This is what I'm talking about and everything. Because when you compare Jecinta no Zandile, you can see Jecinta is more polished in terms of understanding what she's talking about. Low front line, she does not understand anything. But with Jecinta, you can trust her and go, okay, but this one, when she speaks, she makes sense. Because she does quote acts and whatever when she speaks. She's in parliament, sometimes talking to the portfolios and whatever. The videos that she makes, very informative, very informative. I watched her all the time. But okay, she made another video replying to the gentleman. You say, hey, you don't know me. So I'm gonna reply to you. I am Jecinta, and I was very happy that she replied. She replied to that video. So I want us to listen to that video as Jecinta replied, because she's gonna come back strong and she's going to discipline this young man. I mean, she's Jecinta, she's the one. Jecinta, for much and much, she's the one. So let's listen to Jecinta as she replies to the young man. This is gonna be interesting.
Wants to sound smart for TikTok.
Mketwa is his name.
I don't even know what to say to you because I know nothing I say will land. So it's just blowing hot air. But you see, the problem with going to school and going to high school and knowing that Shampe, you're the one that's the smartest in that class is that you don't realize that now we're out of class. We're not all from your school. We're not all from your class. So to them, maybe you might have been the smartest one and they made you feel like you're the king in the area. But it ended there. Here in the real world, you're just a guy who blows hot air, who goes on the internet, screen grabs one thing, reads it, and comes and makes noise about it. That doesn't intimidate some of us, you know? I think, I've been to bigger places, seen bigger things than you. I've been exposed to a lot. I don't want to make it sound like I'm bragging.
But Jecinta, you are bragging. You've been to bigger places, they experience a lot. You are bragging. Okay, so I'm gonna excuse you, Jecinta. She's you know how ladies are. They're gonna attack you and try to belittle you. So what she's saying, for those who don't understand, is Zulu, because she's throwing a little bit of Zulu here and there. She's saying this is not the school where you are clever and you are the one who was the smartest kid. This is after school. You here in the street, you are nobody. You are just an ordinary guy. This is what Jecinta is saying. So we are hoping that she's going to quote the section that she's talking about, that you cannot be a refugee seeker, an asylum seeker in a country that is far from you, because they keep on referring to that point. Dudula does that, and Much does that also. You can't come from Nigeria and come and seek asylum here in South Africa. It's too far. Why don't you go to the country next door to you in Ghana? They've always been saying that. So as she's starting with, when you want to test people's ideological muscles, you will hear them going to personal attacks, and you just know that they are defeated. If you hear someone say, "I'm not going to listen to that boy with glasses, that fat boy, or you ugly person, or you with a gap on your teeth, or you," when they attack me, they end up saying, "When you are even foreigner, you're not South African. We can see with your big nose." Or I don't know what is the test kit to tell if someone is not South African. But for me, once someone goes that length, I know now they can't substantiate with a point, a clear point, a fact. They can't. So now they rather go to insults. I've had people insulting my mother. I've had people insulting my wife. I've insulting people, my sister, and all of those things. So once someone starts insulting you, just know that they will never make an argument, a valid argument over the point. But Jecinta, I've got trust in Jecinta, because Jecinta continued to talk to that gentleman. Let's listen. Now she said, "I've went places. I'm bigger than you." Jecinta.
So you are honestly not the guy that you think you are. It's unfortunate that in the comment section they'll blow steam. Because Vela, when people support you, they don't need a reason to. You just need to align with whatever foolish thing that they say. You see, what I'm doing is bigger than you can ever comprehend. It's not about TikTok. It's about the whole country. And there's certain things that even you sitting on TikTok and doing TikToks is not going to solve. This here doesn't require you to sit on TikTok. It requires you to either sit, keep quiet and watch, or find a way of being part of the change. Because change is coming. Whether you record 50,000 TikTok videos or not. The thing about you is that you have mastered the art of going into a video. This is what I've noticed about you. Go into a video, you go and you extract one thing, and from that one thing you want to draw like an entire conclusion and ignore everything else that was said in the video. You have not even once addressed the issue of illegal immigrants and the crimes that they do in this country. You have not even once addressed the issue of illegal immigrants and foreigners, even for that matter, and the amount of dilapidated buildings that we have, the influx in our schools, the fact that our economy can no longer take it, the fact that the Minister of Finance himself said they are overpressured. The resources are not enough to take care of the country, and he made reference to illegal immigrants. The Minister of Police, not the minister, the Commissioner of Police said it himself, that they're not able to manage the crime in the country because the borders are porous and they're open. Even from the Navy, they said the same thing, that we've got an influx of people coming in through sea, committing crimes in the country. SANDF said the same thing, that our borders are porous, and the reason for that is it's causing a lot of these people to come in and commit crimes in the country. We've seen week in and week out illegal mining going on from illegal immigrants. But you do not address that. What you do is you decide what you're going to address, and then you stick to it and ignore the entire context of everything you've been told.
Wait, Jecinta, before you go far, because there's so many things that you said there, if I let this video go, Antonio, go further, again, you are not the type of guy you think you are. I don't know why Jecinta is saying that. This thing is bigger than you. We're talking about the country here. It's not about TikTok and everything. There is a level where I can agree with you there. People who've been following my content ever since last year when we started Paseta, I said our generation cannot look at the next generation and say our biggest achievement is that we started a TikTok account with 1 million subscribers, a YouTube account with 1 million subscribers. But when we look on the ground, there's actually nothing we have done physically. I agree with Jecinta there. I've spoken this with big YouTubers and told them, do something. Do something. YouTube does give you a 2 cent or whatever. Do something physical, whether it's being replacing doors at a crèche or at school, painting a school. Do something. Like save up and do something. Involve the community and start a saving pocket and do something for your community, so that your influence, when we say we are a social influencer, we see the influence on the ground. You understand what I'm saying? So I agree. Hence we started Paseta, but that was not the reason why we started Paseta. Paseta was just a cry out to say that the generation of 1976 cried for the quality of education that they were getting, cried for the type with the language that was used for education, and nothing has changed ever since they marched in 1976 up until now. When we talk about public schools and everything, private schools, you are forced to learn in Afrikaans, even till today. And we said even the quality of education we are getting today is something that must change. We need to better the standard of the tests that our children are writing. We need to take a higher standard in terms of the curriculum of what our children are learning, and everything. So that's what Paseta is all about. We are saying we are tired of this children of Africa getting basic education, and being tired is not enough. You have to come with a solution. You can complain all you want. Everyone can complain online, but not everyone can act. So in Paseta, we create an environment where Africans can come together and build schools in their countries, in their province. We want to build Paseta in every province in South Africa. We are busy now with KwaZulu-Natal. Someone said, King, we need Paseta in KwaZulu-Natal also. We want to build Paseta in every province. So we build the quality schools in every African country, in the hopes that those children will then grow up with a uniting mindset to say, as Africans, we need to unite. When the schools come together and everything in terms of language, trade, curriculum and everything, the children are learning the same things. It's just going to be different here and there because every country needs different type of skills. So every Paseta school must be aligned to where the country wants to go in the future. For example, if a country says we want to be number one in technology, that country must focus on technology in the schools and also agriculture and everything. So that's what we are doing there. But now, Jacinta does not refute the claim that she made that it is false. She does not address that. She will then come back and say, but what are you doing to the young men? You did not address the issue of illegal immigrants. You did not address this and that and all of that. The police of the commissioner said there is a problem with that. There is a problem of policing in South Africa, and capacity must be increased there, so that the citizens must not stand up and feel the need to go and fight themselves in the streets. Citizens must feel we are in a safe country because our police department is working 100%. We don't have a foreigner problem in our country. We've got an implementing problem where even municipalities don't implement bylaws. Now, another way that you can do, Jecinta, if you want to really make change, instead of marching every second other month, is you can do what Poland is doing. You can register an NGO and you can deal with security issues, and you can arm yourself and you can go and fight these people legally, working with the police and working with everyone in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And you see Kolani doing it successfully, because he's doing it the right way. He has included intelligence, he's included the police. Everyone is working together. They can fight whoever they want to fight, and they can win. And it does not mean that they cannot be found in the wrong also, because sometimes even these security companies must not jump the line and become a law unto themselves. We saw there was a murder case even with UX. So that's the issue that we are talking here. The methodology of which you are using is not going to bring about solutions. Marching today and saying Mabahambe does not solve the issue in the border. Angas tola now or maybe tola later. It does not. Yes, it raises awareness. Yes, it brings consciousness to people to say drugs are being sold. We must do something. Let's report this to the police and everything. But as we are hearing now, even the police is corrupt. They are taking bribes from these people. So the problem is bigger than that. We need honorable police people like Abu Mkwanazi who can fight these things. And Mkwanazi is in KwaZulu-Natal. Are you saying Mkwanazi yahulega, much and much can do better than Mkwanazi? Is that what you are saying? Nishchelen pela sikwazi kuyireport le ndaba le. So it's and again, other people when Jecinta, their way of contributing to the struggles that we have in South Africa is pointing out misinformation like you guys are doing with Dudula. And this is not a personal thing to you. It's just to say in our constitution, there is no section, there is no, in the International Asylum Seeker Act, whatever, there is no place where it says you must seek asylum in the country that is next door to you. What if the country next door to you is the one that is fighting you? Yeah, no, Jecinta, no. But Jecinta did not stop. She continued to speak to our brother. Let's listen to the last clip that she made. And I hope this time around she's going to quote some acts and section 20-something. She's going to do something. I'm sure she's going to do something now. Let's listen to Jecinta.
In that video, did you not hear me say that South Africa cannot be a solution to the problems that are happening in other countries?
Oh, yes.
What is your answer to that? In that video, did you not hear me that Somalians, Ethiopians are running spaza shops and they're becoming spaza shop mafias? Something I have first-hand experience of. What is your response on that? Did you not hear me talk about the fake documents that are happening all over the country? People claiming to be refugees when they're actually not, because they're here and they're criminals conducting criminal activities. What is your response on that, Muketwa? Do not be selective and try and sound smart here, because you know you've got those little fan base of yours who are going to say, oh, this and that, and then they're going to come for me. Listen, I don't care if you guys come for me. Maybe you don't understand. There's not a single thing that I haven't been called. There's not a single swear word I haven't been called. Ayikho into engingazwe bengithuka ngayo. So don't try and come here and think what you can say a couple of things that are going to gaslight me into believing that what I'm doing is actually not as important as it is. As South Africans, as a collective, you're just... The part that pisses you off the most is the fact that you are so badly trying to deter us from what we're doing, and you can see that it's not working. In fact, it's gaining more and more traction. The other day I was presenting to Parliament's Portfolio Committee. Yeah, the same people that you want to call vigilantes. We were in Parliament, my dear, and we were presenting and making them know and making them hear that we are tired of illegal immigrants. And you're not going to stop us. Nothing that you say is going to stop us. You can fetch your own brothers from wherever your brothers are from and record 50,000 videos. You all can record for days to come. It's not going to stop us. If you want to act smart, address the holistic issues that come with illegal immigrants, that come with foreigners being an influx of a country. Then I'll say that you're smart. But for now, you're just using gaslighting tactics by picking up bits and pieces of what you think will make sense so that you can sound smart. Try that with other people. Don't try it with me. I'm not a child, Mina. I'm not here to play. Anyways, guys, for those who are serious about life, let's carry on fighting for our country. Eventually, we will win.
Yeah, we hope we will win, Jecinta. And going to Parliament and laying your complaints there, it's a good move. It's a good move. We encourage those things. Okay, when it comes to Somalians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and all of those guys running tuck shops and everything in South Africa, there's two problems there. There's a problem of the inspectors that are supposed to install bylaws, not installing them, and sometimes taking bribes from those people. And those inspectors are South Africans. South Africans in general are not patriotic to South Africa, they're patriotic to stomach politics. And that is why you cannot tell South Africans stop supporting a Pakistani shop. They will tell you, but who must we buy from? You as a South African, if you go and open a shop in Bangladesh, in Ethiopia, as a black South African, you will get some serious discrimination because those people are patriotic to their country. Countrymen, let me put it that way. So, excuse me. So that is the problem that I have even with Dudula. When they are fighting Pakistani, Somalians, whoever, Ethiopian tuck shops, they're in Soweto. I'm like, you open the tuck shop of South Africans and let the South Africans support you. That is a very difficult thing. It's a mindset thing. The patrioticness and a person being loyal to his own kind must be taught from school. You even have to teach it even on a religious level, because sometimes even on a religious level there is discrimination. If you want to engrave something properly into the mind of an African child, you take them from the school days, Monday to Friday, and on the weekends you bombard them with something to say, we don't buy from Somalians, Somali people or Ethiopians in South Africa. And you engrave it from the small generation, and when they grow up, they will say, but mina ekhaya is cool, lesingathenga ama-Pakistanis. But if umntwana akhula abona ukuthi umama uthenga ama-Pakistanis, ubaba uthenga ama-Pakistanis, they don't have a choice because the Pakistani shop is the closest one. So they're going to run and support the Pakistani shops. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those problems, you can even attack them in that manner. Raise patrioticness in KZN, because you say KZN will save South Africa, it's fine. Show us in KZN that you will not go at a shop where Nigerians are cutting hair. Tell the citizens and say nobody goes, but don't stop them. Don't close the shop of legal people who are operating legal and force them to close. Leave them to operate and let it be a free choice for anyone to go there. But also raise the patrioticness to say, we will not go to the shops. So if South Africans want to go to the shops, you can't stop South Africans. That is another issue. The issue of South Africans renting out their properties to our African brothers because they are paying, or whatever the case can be, whatever. Tell South Africans, don't rent out. And tell your own South Africans, and remember, when you tell them, it is not law. It is not an act. It is not in any section. So if you do it, you have to do it showing the people of South Africa an alternative. When you say I must not buy from my Zimbabwean brother's shop, where must I go buy? Give me an alternative. Oh no, nangubabu makubela uyo ozosizala. He's opening a tuck shop, and let's open there and open a tuck shop that you can come as a group of Zulu people and say we are going to buy in bulk. Because opening one tuck shop, you will not be able to compete with those people. Your prices will always be higher because you will not be buying in the big quantities that they are buying in. So that is the issue, Jecinta, that is happening here. So you made a video replying to this young man, and you did not correct him. You just said, you ignoring the other things. You are picking one thing, but you are ignoring the other things. It means you are a type of person who does not want to admit when they are wrong. You must say, okay, you should have said, just like Zandile when she was asked about frontline, say, no, I don't understand that. I'm not understanding the question of frontline. And the person who's who's asking that question will explain to you what is frontline states. And when we are asking you which act, which section are you quoting when you are saying this, you must come and tell us which one it is. Understand? Because we are lazy to go and read for ourselves. So you show it to us so that we can just Google it quickly. So you did not defend yourself according to Ntenyo. So continue doing the great work that you say you are doing. Nobody's trying to stop you. But we are saying don't lead people with lies. Don't lead people to a blind spot. What is it that you are getting from this? And one day those truths are gonna come out. One day those truths are gonna come out. And the same people that you say they are fighting next to you will be the ones who will be exposing you. Because some of them are politically, they've got political mindsets. So they see every organization as a ladder to climb to the top. So be careful. Be careful, my queen. Be very careful and make sure that you follow the laws. You cannot be alone. You can never be the South African police force. You can't. You can't be the Metro Police. You are not working in that department. So you are a civil society that's trying to make a difference and raise awareness and point the police to the right direction and say, there is King said so. He's selling drugs. Arrest him. Because if you say the police can't arrest him, what is it that you want to do? You want to kill King? You want to put him in a tire and burn him? What is it that you want to do? If the police can't arrest me, or the police has arrested me today and they release me because of the court case, I'm released on bail, 5,000 bail, I've got an appearance next year again. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to kill me? Do you want to be the court? Do you want to take the law in your own hands? Is that what you are saying, you and Tutula? Do you want to pick me up physically and go and throw me in Zimbabwe? If I'm Zimbabwean. I want to think Zimbabwe manjenami. If I'm from Botswana, physically, are you going to take the laws in your understanding that there's no borders, by the way, that you can leave me there and tomorrow I can be back. With that understanding also. These artificial borders in your minds, Africans, it's fine, but let's continue with whatever is happening. So that is the Jecinta video. I hope you guys are going to enjoy your Monday. It's a brand new week, edging so much closer to December. Hey, December. Let's work, Bafetu. Let's work. I hope we are planning our year for 2025, or like we always say, me and my friends, work with the 3 to 5 year plan. A realistic 3 to 5 year plan to say, okay, in the next 3 years, I want to buy sofas, I want to paint my house, so that you don't set goals every 12 months. You know, I've got 3 years to do my to buy a car, to do my license, to fix my credit score, to do whatever. Because some of these things are not achievable in 12 months in the short-term goals. I want to have the short-term goals is people who have achieved quite a lot in life already. And their goal could be, I want to finish this loan or do whatever. Anyways, let me not talk too much. Enjoy your week, and let's meet on the next one. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.